Adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by advertisement in the Cape May Star and Wave, the Herald, and posted on the bulletin board at Township Hall.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance for a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Conrad. Here. Councilmember Craig.
Here.
Councilmember Douglas.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Lair.
Here.
Mayor Beck.
Here. We do have a certificate of appreciation, which we will delay just slightly. We're waiting for our guest of honor. We actually have two heroes here. One we know very well, Marvin Hume, and we're waiting on another gentleman, Charles Onhold, and then when he gets here, we'll do the certificate. So we'll move down now to the review of the consent agenda from council. Does anybody on council have any questions about the consent agenda? Okay, we'll open it up for public comment on the consent agenda. Okay, close the public portion.
Approval of minutes from October 1st, 2012. Resolution 2012-251 through Resolution 2012-254, and Ordinance 2012-20. An ordinance amending Chapter 7 entitled Traffic of the Code of the Township of Lower. It is to allow a handicap parking space at 221 East Matthews Avenue. This is the first reading. The second reading and public hearing will be scheduled for November 6th.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve in a second?
Motion to approve consent agenda is read.
Second.
Councilmember Conrad.
Yes.
Councilmember Craig.
Yes.
Councilmember Douglas.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lair.
Yes.
Mayor Beck.
Yes. Regular agenda, please.
Resolution number 2012-255. Authorization of the payment of vouchers is for Douglas Landscaping. It's the final payment on the contract in the amount of $6,490.59.
Okay. Do I have any council comments on this? Open it up to public comments. Yes, sir.
Robert Rizzo, Mickles Run. I'd just like to ask one question on the landscaping. What properties does it include within the township, and what is the total that we've paid over the year?
Mike, you have that one.
It covers all the municipal complexes, our municipal athletic fields, everything. We privatized that area. The total exact number I don't have in front of me tonight. I can provide that for you tomorrow. But it was put out the bid, public bid.
Oh, I know that.
And the process was due process. It was reviewed, and Douglas Landscaping was awarded. They're doing a good job.
I know they are. I'm not commenting about the job
Payments.
Tom said
8 payments.
8 payments, so if you do the math,
8 payments.
about $54,000.
Okay.
Right, Tom?
Somewhere I thought that was the contract.
You're pretty good at math, Tom.
Yeah.
No, it's just remembering the
It said
numbers.
it would be 52,000 maybe. 8.6 is 48 and half of 8, so you probably got 52,000.
It sounds like a very good deal, because I know from the complex right here in front, it's kept very beautifully, and
Right.
I want to comment that
Right.
the Douglas Landscaping did a fine job.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Close the public portion. Motion to approve in a second.
Motion to approve.
I'll second that.
Councilmember Conrad.
Yes.
Councilmember Craig.
Yes.
Councilmember Douglas.
Abstain.
Deputy Mayor Lair.
Yes.
Mayor Beck.
Yes. Move down to administrative reports. Any comments, questions? Okay, go to council comments. Okay. You guys okay? I'm gonna read out the different things that we have. They asked me to read. Okay, here's your announcements. You have the Halloween parade, Pumpkin Festival, October 20th in Cold Spring Village. Are you over there for that one, Claire?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. You'll be in that parade, right?
No, I'll be at the country store.
Okay. Costume parade begins promptly at 12 noon. They have the Haunted Trails October 27th at the airport. Then we have the Department of Transportation Railroad Crossing Exemption Hearing, Monday, October 22nd. Let me say that one more time. Department of Transportation Railroad Crossing Exemption Hearing, October 22nd. And that's at Town Hall from 3:30 to 6:30. Town Hall, 3:30 to 6:30. Interested residents are welcome to attend and testify. Then you have the homestead application due date is extended to December 14th, 2012. To be eligible for a homestead benefit in 2012, you must have owned and occupied a home in New Jersey that was your principal residence on October 1st, 2011. In addition, you must have had property taxes which were due and paid on the property during 2011. And you must have New Jersey gross income that was $150,000 or less in 2011 if you were age 65 or older, blind or disabled, and $75,000 or less if you were under age 65 and not blind or disabled. Okay, so that's extended to December 14th, 2012. Now we go to the Cape May County DAV, Chapter 44. And they asked us to read that a press release that they are having their annual formal flag retirement ceremony. If you have a tattered, torn, or faded flag, or know anyone who has one and wants to have it put to rest in the proper manner, you can drop it off at the DAV Chapter 44. Now their ceremony will be October 28th, 2012 at 1:30 p.m. at the Cape May Park South, right across from the DAV, Chapter 44, which is 1010 Bayshore Road. Flags will be treated with dignity and respect they deserve. The ceremony is open to the public and all organizations are invited to attend. And we will be honoring somebody we know, Marvin Hume, for his dedication to the American flag for over 40 years. A real, true American patriot. All right, very true. Okay, and that is part of this announcement also. Then we have, I was asked to read this. Join us at the Rutgers Cooperative Extension of Cape May County with Slow Food of South Jersey Shore for a nationwide event promoting healthy, affordable, and sustainably produced food and our local campaign for better food policies. And this will be at the Rutgers Extension, and that's October 24th, 2012, noon to 5:30, up on Courthouse, South Dennis Road. That's October 24th, noon to 5:30 p.m. I want to get paid for commercials, Julie, if you're going to keep giving me these things. Okay, we're going to, at this point, we're going to move into talking about Operation Gratitude. And we have a gentleman that came into Town Hall, and his name was Charles Otholt, and he's supposed to be here this evening, but he's not. But we have Marvin Hume here, who is, as has already been said, a true American patriot and somebody that we all know and love. And this program, okay, I went online, and you can look at it at operationgratitude.com. And it says tens of thousands of American service members are deployed in hostile and remote regions of the world, including the Middle East, Afghanistan, ships throughout international waters. And it talks about this Operation Gratitude seeks to lift morale and put smiles on faces by sending care packages addressed to individual soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines deployed in harm's way, and to their children left behind, and to veterans, wounded warriors, and first responders. Operation Gratitude care packages contain food, hygiene products, entertainment items, and personal letters of appreciation, all wrapped with good wishes of love and support. Through collection drives, letter writing campaigns, and donations of funds for shipping expenses, Operation Gratitude provides civilians anywhere in America a way to express their respect and appreciation to the men and women of the U.S. military in an active, hands-on manner. And the certificate is for Charles Othold, who is not here, but we're going to give it to him at the first opportunity. And Marvin, I think he's going to say a few words, and we'll go out and maybe give it to him. It says, whereas Operation Gratitude is a military support charity which sends care packages overseas to military members as well as sending packages to local family members. And whereas Operation Gratitude was founded on March 19, 2003, in Carolyn Blaschick's living room, shipping out 4 care packages, and 9 years later, more than 760,000 care packages have been sent. I went on the website, like I said, they're up to 855,000 packages. And whereas Charles Othold represents the East Coast chapter of the organization, and whereas Charles is working in conjunction with Marvin Hume in organizing and making the packages available to local military members and their families. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Michael Beck, and Lower Township Council do hereby recognize and thank Charles Othold for his generous efforts in supporting our local military members and their families, and thank him for his generosity and efforts, and encourage all Lower Township residents to support Operation Gratitude. And I'll go out and maybe, Marvin, maybe we can get you over to the mic.
Relax, Mark.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Marvin.
I've been very fortunate in being part of this program. This gentleman approached me by telephone and related just who he is and what he does. I assume he is a volunteer on this, and he lives in Hamilton, New Jersey, which is near Trenton. He offered to ship however many packages that we could use. As a result of that, he shipped 100 packages of contents for adults and 100 packages in boxes, sealed boxes, for the children of servicemen who are leaving the country to serve it overseas, plus those that come back, plus any others that are deserving. We received 2 skids of packages. We put them in our warehouse, and coincidentally, they had the Run for the Fallen organized by Lower Township and Eileen over there particularly. It was very well attended. There had to have been close to 1,000 people at Sunset Beach. And they started the run here, putting the first flag at Sunset Beach. Also, the picture of the veteran that they were honoring. They were going to honor and walk 175 miles. They had 6 volunteers from the active service. They had a caravan here, and every mile they honored a particular veteran. Lower Township School turned out the whole school of children and educated them as to what was being done. There were, at this walk for the fallen, a number of Gold Star mothers and a number of Blue Star mothers. Blue Star mothers, if you see something in the front window, that represents a soldier on active duty. So I felt it was appropriate to start giving the packages out. We loaded a table at Sunset Beach and we distributed everyone to the active soldiers there, to the Gold Star mothers, and to the Blue Star mothers. And Charles Otholt told me that the value came to about $125, which I felt was very commendable. This organization evidently had its roots in California, and I really feel that it's gone countrywide. I am to attend Charlotte, North Carolina, having a Patriot Appreciation Day in November, and they're going to have a breakfast for 600 to 800 people, and I hope my voice holds out. Then they're going to have a parade and lay a wreath at one of their fallen. So after this meeting is over, you might come up and look at the nice items that they have provided. And if he does not appear, I will definitely see that he gets it. And I thank you for your time.
It would be difficult to put into words, and all of council feels the same way, what Marvin means to this township. And we appreciate him coming here this evening, and we'll make sure that Mr. Otholt gets his certificate. Packages overseas, I'm sure I see some veterans out there, and we probably could talk about that, and I'm sure Walt could bring that up. And I go back to the only thing they had to drink overseas was Kool-Aid and water. So I open up the package from home, and what do you think's in there? Kool-Aid, which had broken open into the chocolate chips. So there goes that game. All right, so where are we at here? We'll now have the call to the public. That's where we're at. Anybody who wishes to address council, step forward. Yes, sir.
Good evening, Jack Sparks. First off, I'd like to thank you for all your effort. The town really appreciates it. It's a great service. On another note, we have a couple of people here tonight that have been honored, I think should be recognized. And one is John Louderback, who was recently made the Businessman of the Year from the Chamber of Commerce. And a good award that it is. John? And secondly, I was at that dinner, and the mayor was recognized as Citizen of the Year, which is in my mind, and I'm sure his and many others, a very prestigious award. I mean, people go through this town, a lot of people come and go, and not very many of them are named Citizen of the Year. And it's something I'm sure that he'll cherish and keep for the rest of his life. And I know he appreciates it. He's kind of quiet on those things, but it should be brought up. Also, the freeholders were so kind as to also recognize the mayor in a unanimous resolution they had to honor Mayor back. Also, they were there, and everybody had a good time, and it was most enjoyed. And again, I think the town owes you a debt, Mayor.
No,
Being
the town's
Citizen of the Year.
Thank you. Anybody else wish to address council? Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayor, Council, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to inform you that the calls are still coming through. They're pleased with what happened at the last meeting, at least what I said. However, I'm a little upset and sort of amazed as to how far people will go to make other people look bad. I don't think that should be anyone's nature. There was a poll taken recently. I believe the poll was disgraceful, and the people authorizing it, in my opinion, they should be embarrassed. The questions asked were not entirely truthful and were the same nature as that of, have you stopped beating your wife? Poll provided no information to substantiate the accuracy of its findings, such as how were people selected to participate in the poll, how many people were polled were all participants of the same party, what percent were Republicans, Democrats, Independents, etc. 2 questions falsely assumed that funding of 2 proposed projects would be exclusively from Lower Township property taxes.
Oh, are you talking about
Both
telephone poll?
questions, pardon?
Telephone poll?
Yes. Both questions, Mr. Beck said that Mr. Beck planned to spend Lower Township taxes exclusively. As a former economic development director for Cape May County, before the RBA stepped in, I would assure you that without studies reflecting the short-term costs and the long-term costs and the long-term savings of these projects would be made and be substantiated. No, my phone number is not on the national call list. The person conducting the poll called from 862-245-1658, which is in Lumberton, which is way up in this section of the state of New Jersey. I called that number. I received no response. Since I'm on the no-call list, I'm taking the opportunity to call the Federal Trade Commission at 1-877-382-4357 to see if they are authorized to call me.
Okay.
I thought you should be aware of that, because if a poll comes out, I don't see anything
All right.
to substantiate the results of that poll. Thank you.
Thank you. Does anybody else wish to address council? Yes, sir.
Walter Miller, 1518 Main Street, Douglas, New Jersey. First off, I'd like to thank Mr. Douglas for helping the people in our area. Mr. Vaux, I'd like to thank you, and Mayor Beck, I'd like to thank you with our problems that we have with the rescue squad and with Wawa.
Thank you. Well,
Now, I received this Republican Party voter confirmation card, Mr. Walter Miller, party identification, Republican Congressional District 2nd, asking me if they can count on me to cast my vote for Mitt Romney and our entire team of Republican candidates. Well, for the second time in my life, I can't do that.
okay.
I'll tell you why.
You know, this is all, I don't know where you're going until you get there, and I'm not sure, but it's probably something you can't bring this stuff in here at this point. My suggestion is if somebody has a problem in reference to politics, to write a letter to the editor. That's the best I can do. And regardless, I don't know where you're going until you start, but I'd prefer that we do this thing, you know, the reporters are there, and you can talk to them, or you could write a letter to the editor, but it's really not something that's township business per se.
Well, it's township business when I have a councilman that I asked to help.
Well,
First time he couldn't help me because it was a conflict of interest.
right.
The second time it had nothing to do with his job, it had to do with Wawa. And I still get no response when I have to go to another councilman to get help, or I have to go to the
Well,
township
that's,
manager.
we've been, yeah, and I understand that, but that's something we've
So
been
this isn't
through.
something that I should
I
bring.
prefer that we did, I prefer that we did. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, he asked me to talk to somebody, I did that.
Okay.
He did not ask me to reply. I also went to the manager on that and talked to him about the whole problem with Wawa. So him saying I had no response when
Well,
he
to
asked
her
for
to
one.
begin with.
Okay.
Not him.
It's-
Okay, I know who it is.
All right. Is there anybody else that wishes to address council? Yes, sir.
On a lighter note, Robert Rizzo, Mickles Run. I'm wearing my pink shirt. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Very good.
And I'd like the public to remember our female friends who live in this township and elsewhere.
Right.
And wear your pink. The Eagles did it, although they lost.
Thank you. Yes,
One other thing, Mayor and Council, at the request of Matty Eckert from the MUA, there'll be an open public meeting on October 30th at 10 a.m. in the Freeholder Meeting Room. It will be it's an open public meeting, but it will be dealing, with the DRBA.
okay,
And the subject will be water.
okay, thank you. Anybody else wish to address council? Close the public portion.
I just have a couple announcements if I could, Mayor.
Go ahead.
One is the voter registration closes tomorrow at 8 o'clock, but the clerk's office will be open till 8 o'clock tomorrow night for anyone that hasn't registered to vote yet. And we now have our videos of our council meetings on our website. So any council meeting, we've just started with the last meeting, is on the website now for people to review 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Resolution 2012-256, a resolution providing for a meeting not open to the public in accordance with the provisions of the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act, NJSA 10:4-12. This is a labor negotiation update.
Okay, do I have a motion?
Make a motion.
Second.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Craig?
Yes.
Councilmember Douglas?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lair?
Yes.
Mayor Beck?
Yes. And we may be coming back out from closed session. There's the potential for go back into open session. Take action. Take action. Okay. Motion to return to open session.
Make such a motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Resolution.
Resolution 2012-257, excuse me. A resolution to ratify the memorandum of understanding between Lower Township and the Lower Township Office Workers Association, local number 3779, ASME District Council 71, AFL-CIO.
Motion to approve. Second.
Councilmember Conrad?
Yes.
Councilmember Craig?
Yes.
Councilmember Douglas?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lair?
Yes.
Mayor Beck?
Yes. Motion to adjourn.
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.